Hi there. Welcome to Air to Earth Tarot. I'm Ange. And today we're going to be doing, sorry, I had to let my hair down. Today we're going to be doing a tarot talk for Sagittarius. So welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you who don't know or are new to the channel, again, welcome. Really excited to have you here and joining in on this really beautiful creation. So the idea behind Tarot Talks is that I would love to create content that helps people kind of customize their spiritual practice and help them kind of focus on central ideas that are going to help them move forward and be a better person, or whatever it is that draws you to even bother with spiritual practices, right? So if you meditate, these can help you meditate on something specific, an idea, a word, a question, a concept. So same with journal prompting and things like that. Also, it can be hard to know what you want or what you're looking for, or how you want to grow, and coming up with all those specifics on your own can be really difficult. So the idea is you find your sign, you watch, and you come out with some really good concepts that can help ground those practices for you and inspire you to customize, like I said, whatever it is you're looking for. So we do quarterly tarot talks. So this is for the second quarter of 2021, which would be April, May, and June. And we are just going to take a look at some positive energies, negative energies, what may be holding you back, what may be challenging you, what may be propelling you forward, energies you want to welcome or maybe call in during meditation and visualization, that kind of thing. So we'll look at positive, we'll look at negative, and then we'll look at kind of not positive or negative, but just the energy that's going to carry you over into the next stage of life, of whatever it is you're looking for. Move you forward. There you go. So those will be the three cards I pull, and then we'll pull one animal oracle card to kind of ground the reading, give you some last minute advice. So that's the way that's going to go, Sag, if you're not familiar. What else? Any information on Air to Earth? We do have a podcast. We have other things going on. So if you want to be in the loop, we do invite you to follow us on Instagram, and that'll be at air, the number 2, earth _. And that'll be in the description box below. Thank you so much for likes, comments, shares, and also want to invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Any support is greatly appreciated, so thank you. Yeah, any other information, trivial information like the decks I'm using, that kind of stuff, you'll find it in the description box below. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into this reading for Sagittarius. What do we have for Sag? Positive energies for April, May, and June for Sagittarius. It's 2021. King of Swords in reverse. Negative energy. Negative energy. Six of Wands in reverse. And your propelling energies for Sag, April, May, and June 2021. What do we have for Sag? King of Wands. Okay, so positive energy. Let's talk about the card. We got the King, right? Yeah, King of Swords. Someone who is charismatic is one way to look at it. Good with their words, able to convince folks of stuff, which can be a good or bad thing, right? Perhaps, Sag, you have not always used your powers for good. And so in the positive, we get the King of Swords in reverse, which is someone who second guesses themselves, you know. So it may be that humility is in order for you, Sag. Sometimes when we realize we have a strength, sometimes we overdo it and end up using it, like I said, for just purely personal gain, using it in situations to just manipulate, to take advantage of folks, whatever it is. Maybe you're guilty of it, Sag. I don't know. But for this to come up in the positive energy, kind of thinking before you speak, and thinking before you speak because you're unsure. The King of Swords is someone who's always sure of themselves, always says the right thing, always, you know, is able to rely on their mental ability, their ideation, and also their communication very, very well. So for you, maybe you need to look at some of those limitations in a very honest way, and that's going to help propel you forward. Maybe you just need to work on your public speaking, comes to mind as well. Expressing your ideas, and maybe you're not so great at it, Sag, and it's time you own up to that so you can work on it. Maybe there's something coming where you're going to need those skills to be successful. So keep that in mind. Negative energies. We got the Six of Wands in reverse. So this is, I would say, probably being too hard on yourself when you have to take a L. Prolonging the loss by dwelling on it, brooding over it. Just being really, really hard on yourself, being really extra about it too, which we tend to do. We kind of save the worst for ourselves sometimes, and it's not okay. So try and treat yourself, Sag, as somebody you love, somebody you want to see grow, somebody you want to see better next time. You want to see do better next time, rather. And so negative, getting down on you're so this, you're so that, name calling, that kind of stuff. Who has that ever helped become a better person? You know, so you have to think about it. Like, acknowledge what you did wrong and then move on. Forgive yourself and move on. So don't spend too much time in this I'm a loser kind of energy, even when you lose. That's what I would say, because it's not helping. It's not helping. You're causing more losses by focusing on the losses. Elongating them, like I said, like energetically elongating them. It's okay to take a loss and keep it moving. That's okay. So, yeah, pay attention to the way you take a loss. And I would say that's good advice for anybody, but that's kind of how tarot works. Doing it for different signs just kind of helps customize the message, but it's all good advice for everyone. Pay attention to how you take losses and maybe consider doing something different over the next couple of months, which is also a warning sign that there may be some losses coming, but get out in front of them by thinking about how you can approach those losses. That's what you can control. So slow down that process a little bit. How do you approach loss? How do you approach, and by loss I mean competing for something and losing. I mean failing. That's what I mean. Setting out for something and not accomplishing it. How do you handle that? So leave that there. And the energy propelling you forward. Beautiful. This is Sag's card. The King of Wands. Knowing enough about yourself and your positives and your strengths to accentuate them. There you go. So I think of like makeup, right? Makeup is not about covering things up, although a lot of times people use it that way. It's really about accentuating, can't say that word, your strengths or your qualities that you want to kind of pop and you want people to pay attention to. The eyeliner is a good example. Kind of elongating the eye, it may make you look more mysterious or whatever the case is, but that's what makeup artists do. They kind of use makeup to draw the eye certain places, and maybe away from other places. So I would say it might be a good exercise, Sag, to just make a list of what you think are your strengths, what you think are your weaknesses, and what you're going to do about them. But it looks like don't be afraid to show off what you got, that kind of thing. So that could be physically, that could be a shopping spree, that could be a change of hair. Don't be afraid to do something that calls attention to you. It's kind of what I had in mind when I chose this hairstyle. So it's okay. It's okay to draw some attention to you. It's okay to let the world know that you like yourself or what you like about yourself. That's okay. So see how that resonates with you, Sag, and how you can kind of embody that moving forward. I'm thinking new jobs as well, or new relationships. So that first date is very much so like an interview. An interview is very much so like a first date. So it's all about first impressions and how you present yourself. So don't be afraid to present the very best of you, without lying, of course. But just be your natural, beautiful self, So, what do we have for Sag to tie up this reading? I'll take the Penguin. Penguin, the period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. What a beautiful card. Boom. So again, this reminds me of what I was saying about like loss. How you handle losses, periods of darkness, periods of just shit's fucked up. How do you handle it? And how do you prepare to get out of it? How do you prepare for that? How do you do that? How do you make sure that you don't leave a situation like that with just trauma, but also lessons, with gems, with, armor, and be this, So that's what I would challenge you to think about, Sag. But for sure, you're passing from into better times, into brighter times. So prepare for that. Right? Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you appreciate and have been helped, have been assisted. Sorry, I'm getting tired. I really hope I appreciate you is what I'm saying. I really hope that you found it helpful. There we go. And don't forget to, like I said, subscribe, share. If you know any other Sages and you feel like this would resonate, share it with them. You never know. It could really end up changing someone's perspective or the way they're doing things. So don't be shy about that stuff. And I'll see you next time. Bye.